Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to thank you for tuning in with Walk in Purpose with Angela. I am your purpose strategist, Angela Thomas Smith, here on the Kingdom Influencers Broadcast Network. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in. We have a special guest with us on today, author Samantha from Columbia, South Carolina. She's the author of Toxic Side Effects. So she's going to be sharing with us on today. And you know how we start our shows. So I'm going to go ahead and go into prayer. And then after our prayer, you will hear more about our special guest on today. So, again, I want to thank you for tuning in. Please share this with a friend. Call them, inbox them, whatever you got to do to get them on. Please get them on the call today so that they can hear from our special guest. I'm sure she has a message for you. So we're going to go into prayer, and then you will be hearing from author Samantha. Father God, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for, once again, this opportunity to share with the audience. I want to thank you for this platform that you've allowed us to be able to share our authors across the world, Lord God. Lord, I thank you for our guest on today, as she is truly walking in purpose, as she shares her story with us on today. Lord, I ask that her story, as she pour out into the people on today, Lord God, that you continue to fill her up on this journey that you've purposed her for just this time, Lord God. So, Lord, I want to thank you for those that are tuning in, Lord God. Some are tuning in for one reason and some are tuning in for another. But, Lord, I thank you for this opportunity, Lord God. Lord, I ask that you continue to touch the broadcast networks, Lord God, that you continue to spread this message throughout the airways, Lord God. Lord, I thank you for your son, Jesus, on today. Amen, amen, amen. So this morning we have author Samantha with us on today from Columbia, South Carolina. Author Samantha, are you on today?
Yes, good morning, and thank you for having me, Angela. I am here.
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to, as I meet authors and come across authors, I just want to provide this opportunity to share their story and provide a platform for authors to for people to really know who we are, because there's a lack of awareness for African American authors, and I thank God for this platform to bring awareness to African American authors. And I want you to share with us on today just a little bit about yourself. I know you're more than an author, so please share with the audience on today a little about author Samantha.
Thank you, Angela, and thank you for the time on this platform. Just thanking God right now for being the head of my life. And I am an author, and author of 4 books presently, and that's The Woman Cheater, and also Toxic Side Effects, which is my latest release, and I also wrote the book Stepping Out of Hell with High Heels On. And with this platform of writing, it became a hobby, but it also became a ministry of being able to heal women. I've done a lot of public speaking and dealing with broken women, because it's a lot of us that are broken and how we can get past that. So I pour that into my book. I'm also a cosmetology, and I work for one of the largest communication companies in the country. Been here 15 years this year. So I have a lot going on, and I'm a cosmetologist. And I do a lot with that, but I also do a lot of public speaking and engagements as well, because, again, like I said, my goal is to be able to heal women that are broken and to get from where they were to move forward in their lives. And I talk a lot about relationships and the things they deal with in their relationships. The first book I ever came out with was The Woman Cheater, What She Won't Tell You I Will. And that was for women. We always want to blame men for what we go through, but we don't look at ourselves. And then I came out with the book Stepping Out of Hell with High Heels On, and that book gauges around relationships and how we can get into healthy relationships and avoid the bad relationships, because a lot of women are single. So when I wrote those books, I was single at that time, which I've been married since then. And then the final book, the book that I have promoting right now, is Toxic Side Effects, which is getting into generational curses and how we deal with family, women and men deal with things that we've dealt with in the past. And a lot of people they're kind of iffy about generational curses, but the Bible speaks of it. So that storyline is definitely on generational curses and how we heal from that as well.
Amen. Amen. I tell you, you have a lot, and I don't know if 30 minutes is going to be enough, but I just want there's a lot. I mean, you have a lot of different ministries within yourself, and I'm just listening. I didn't realize that it was just so much. I thank God for you on today. You are definitely a woman that is walking in purpose, and I thank God for you. I know that you're in communications. You're working for one of the largest communication companies. You're doing cosmetology. So that those two there are two ministries, because you're coming in contact with people all across this world doing those two things, and
right.
being able to share your stories and being able to share that wisdom from the things that you've gone through. And I just want to know a little bit about author Samantha. How did you grow up?
How did I grow? I would say I didn't grow. God healed me. And that's the thing. A lot of times, we go through things in life. My story is why the woman cheater came about. I'm a woman that was out there, married several times. I was one of those women cheaters who wanted to so-called pay back a man for everything I was going through, not looking at who I was. I share my story with a lot of young girls, a lot of churches. I slept with over 167 men. And how I went through those channels of different men, dealing with different men, and just how God just took me from having to need different men and count on him to get where I needed to be until he blessed me with the man I was supposed to have. And see, a lot of times people they see you and they say, oh, that was not you. And I tell people, God took me from a place in my life where I felt like I didn't have anything else to do but to use these men out here. And a lot of times I wanted to blame these men, but we have to realize a man is first birthed from a woman, and that's the first thing they learn to love. And a lot of times women like me at that time, we made them worse than what they were and made them bad for the next one. So that's my ministry, basically, because I've gone through it. I slept with men, used men for what I needed to use them for, because I was dealing with my own stuff. I was dealing with a broken family. I was dealing with not having my father in my life. I was a single parent, having a child from a married man, and dealing with all of this type of stuff. I was like angry, but I had to realize I needed to be angry at myself. And then when God just started working with me and I got into church, and one of the pastors was like, you have a story to tell. And so I wrote this story, and I talk to young women and tell them, let's stop blaming these men for everything we're going through, and let's look at what's wrong with us first.
That's it.
Because God can't bless you with no man unless you got you right. So that was the beginning of who I am. And then when I got into stepping out of hell with high heels on, I wrote that book because during my process, when I was healing, I was still wanting to date and being a single parent. But it's this type of dating that I was doing. I wasn't doing it by God's way. I was doing it my way. And that's why it's called The Woman Cheater, making it do what it do, not my way, but God's way. Because sometimes we go about doing things our way, and we don't realize that we're really hurting ourselves more so than anything else. So that was something I was dealing with. And when dealing with that issue, I had to realize then, too, that I am a type of person that God says I'm his child, and I have to trust him and not trust what I have gone through and continue to use that against myself and use it to lift myself up.
Amen. I tell you, somebody listening today definitely needs to hear that. And the younger generation now, they definitely need to hear this message. So I definitely applaud you for stepping out on faith and being obedient and sharing this message and creating these stories, sharing these stories and creating these books to provide this platform so that people can be healed, because there are a lot of people hurting out there, and they're hurting for different reasons that are causing these toxic relationships, and they're taking their anger out on other people, and the world is hurting, and people need to hear this. And I thank you for working with our young ladies, because our young ladies need to learn how to respect themselves and learn how to love themselves so that they don't have to look for a man for love.
Right.
So I definitely applaud you for sharing your story. And definitely, 30 minutes is not going to be enough. I'm definitely going to have you back because there's several platforms that I just want to share you with. I thank God for the connection because I don't believe that nobody that comes across my path just comes across my path. I believe that everything is ordained. I truly believe that God has placed us all here with a purpose, and He's given us these stories that we can share, and we can't just sit down on these stories. So I want to push you. I want to challenge you to continue to share your story, continue to share your books, continue to get out there and continue to touch people because you're definitely walking in purpose. And I just thank you. I thank you for your time and your sacrifice on today. I want you to share with the audience how they can get in contact with you, how they can purchase one of these books, and if you're going to be on a tour or if you're going to be doing a book signing or something that you would like to share with them on today.
Well, I'm not at any book signings at this minute, and I do thank you for this platform because this platform also helps others, and someone like you to start this platform for authors is awesome. My books can be purchased on Amazon.com, and that's The Woman Cheater is there. If you type in Samantha Joyner, all of my books will come up on Amazon. You can reach me through email, jynrsam@gmail.com or thewomancheater@gmail.com. You can also reach me on Facebook. And on Facebook, I am under author Samantha Jackson. That's author Samantha Jackson on Facebook. So those are my contact information. You can get all of my books on on Amazon, on Amazon.com under Samantha Joyner. And all those books are for sale, and you can download those. And the newest release, Toxic Side Effects, is also downloadable. That generational curse is something a lot of families are dealing with right now, something my family deals with. And when I wrote that book, I just wanted people to understand that it's there. But it's a healing behind every situation that we go through. You know, sometimes we see ourselves in other people, and I work with a lot of youth or younger women. And at 51 years old, I just thank God for bringing me to another level in life so I can share that with people, because people don't understand that you have to be healed in order to move forward in your purpose.
Amen. 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 I definitely thank you for walking in purpose and truly being obedient and hearing from God. It's just amazing that sometimes I waited so long to truly do what God had called me to do. I wanted to do what Angela wanted to do. And all the time, if I just stepped out of the way and allowed God to just use me. But sometimes we have to go through these things. Somebody's out there listening, and they're probably going through something. They're wondering, well, I want to be like author Samantha. I want to be like Angela. I want to be like somebody else. But when are you going to listen to God and truly walk in your purpose and hear and because He's given us all a vision. And He's given us all a blueprint. He's given us all a plan. Because He didn't strategically place us here for no reason. He placed us here for a purpose.
Right.
And I thank God for your ministry, because all that you do is a ministry. And I pray that God continue to bless you in all that you do, and everything that you touch be blessed. Because you was obedient. You didn't sacrifice. You did what God asked you to do, and you stepped out on faith. And I pray that He continue to bless you on this journey, because He's definitely He's going to allow that voice that you have to take you to different places. So I thank God for you on today.
Well, thank you.
That you would like to leave with the audience, because you definitely
tell people. I tell people in their purpose and walking in your purpose, you have to understand that if you don't do what God is leading you to do and we run from it, it's going to haunt you until you do it. But I found out you have peace in the midst of every storm when you do say, okay, Lord, I give up. And that's where I was in my life. I said, Lord, I give up. My way all the time. It ain't working out for me, so I'm ready to do it your way. Lead and guide me in the direction, God, where you want me to go, what you want me to do, and I'll be there to do it. And since I've honored God and done what I'm supposed to do, and that life, things have been awesome. And I still got some work to do because he's never finished with us. And I tell anybody out there, everybody has a story. If you're inspiring to be an author, I tell people don't write because you want to make money. Write because you're trying to get your story out there, because everybody has a story in them. With me, I've been writing for a long time. I just changed genres of how I write, and then I decided, okay, I'm writing for the wrong reason. And now the reason is to help someone along.
Amen. 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 And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. It's all about bringing someone to the kingdom and showing someone the kingdom, showing them the Jesus in us and allowing him to shine through us. I truly thank God for you on today because you are walking in purpose. I just want to ask the listeners to please connect with Author Samantha, visit her website, email her. If there's someone out there that needs someone to talk to, going through something, please connect with us. You're not alone. We've all been there. We've just allowed our stories to be a platform for us. We just allowed our mess to become a message and allowed our test to become a testimony. So I thank God for you on today. I want you to share that website one more time and that link so that someone can connect with you that's listening on today, because someone is been through what you've been through. They're going through right now what you've been through, and they're feeling alone. And I don't want them to feel that they're in this by themselves. So share one more time before we close.
You can reach me on Facebook under author Samantha Jackson. You can find my books on Amazon, downloadable or hardback, Amazon.com under Samantha Joyner. You can reach me also, thewomancheater@gmail.com, which is the best way, womancheater@gmail.com. And I tell people, if you want me to come speak to a girls group or your young adult groups, I'm available. Just reach out to me through Facebook or through womancheater@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to reach in and be able to speak to these young women today, because that's what it's all about. These women are our future, and we want to continue our future to be bright. And with so many people going through stuff right now, we got to reach out and be able to help them.
Amen, amen, amen. Well, again, I want to thank you for tuning in to Walk in Purpose with Angela. I am your host, Angela Thomas Smith, your purpose strategist here on the Kingdom Influencers Broadcast Network. Please tune in again next Monday, 9 a.m. I want to thank you again for being a faithful listener to Walk in Purpose with Angela here on the Kingdom Influencers Network. Please tune in next week. Have a great week. And continue to walk in purpose on purpose.